Right, so chapter 2, lots of information. I'm sure you're feeling a little bit like, it is a lot to take in, and there's so much more on top of all of that as well, as I'm sure you can imagine. But now we are in chapter 3, so well done. We are approaching halfway of this course, and we're moving up to our third chakra point. So this is our solar plexus, also known as Manipura, which relates to shining gem. Yeah, so this is the symbol of this chakra point is the lotus with 10 petals. Its color is yellow, its element is fire, and its mantra sound is Ram, so R-A-M. I always like to think of it as ram, like a ram and the airy symbol of fire, because it all kind of makes sense in my mind, so it's an easy way for you to remember it. Obviously doing your mantra, chanting to Ram, Ram, Ram is the sound that you want to be making to balance and activate the vibrational frequencies of this point. So this the area that this governs, or the part of the body, is about 3 inches above your navel, and it is responsible for basically everything to your sternum. So it is your stomach, your intestines, your digestive tract. It is this whole space of the core, the abdominals as well. Yeah, so it is responsible for basically your self-confidence, your drive, your sense of identity of who you are, and your level of self-esteem and self-worth. So it governs a lot of our ability to kind of go out there and do things and be able to have the confidence in order to do so. So when this is overactive, as if we are too confident or too much in this way, we might tend to express this by being too controlling. So it can overexpress itself, and maybe in work we might, or even at home, we're like micromanagers. So we can't allow anyone else to do anything without us seeing over it, and we can become very controlling in this way and wanting to like oversee every single element of what happens in our lives. We can become excessively critical of other people who we think are not doing things our way, and we can also become very critical of ourselves as well. So it can lead to us being very perfectionistic in everything we do. So one extreme is us having no self-esteem, and the opposite side of the pendulum is us being very much perfectionists, which can also be really debilitating to ourselves and also to the people around us. It can express itself in extreme stubbornness, so my way or the highway. And if it is too overreactive, it's like, yeah, we're unable to see that anyone else could have another identity or another thing that we do, and any kind of other form of confidence from someone else is seen as like a battle. So we're kind of always defending ourselves and feeling like our way is the right way, which can lead us to be quite selfish many times. So that's if it's overreactive. If it's underreactive, then it's the complete opposite, as I said before. So complete lack of self-esteem, complete lack of self-confidence, no sense of identity whatsoever, very indecisive, so we cannot make decisions to save us. We're always worried about our decisions and whether or not they're the right ones, because we don't know if they're the right ones or not, and we can tend to become very we easily lose our identity in business situations, in relationships, in anything like that, because we don't have confidence. Other people find it very easy to manipulate us into suit whatever they want to do. So we can oftentimes find ourselves in situations where we don't even know what we are or who we are, and we don't have the confidence to get out of it, and we also have no boundaries around anything, and we kind of lose ourselves. We don't really know what it is that we want. So we can feel a real sense of hopelessness, a real lack of purpose in our lives, like what is the point of all of this, and we can develop a really strong inner critic. So as you will learn through this chapter, where we talk a lot about self-esteem and the inner critic, and being able to identify with what self-esteem is, we begin to realize the impact, the damaging cycle, that the relationship that we have with low self-esteem and a really loud inner critic. So that is what happens if this center is underreactive. And it could also be on a physical level that we have a really weak core. So the muscles within this center are really weak. Yeah, so if we are balanced, then we have a really good sense of identity. We feel a good sense of self-confidence. We have a healthy self-esteem and amount of self-worth that allows us to be able to make decisions in our life which suit who we are. We're able to find the confidence to try new things, and we don't have a dependency on other people making those decisions for us. We're able to start implementing action, so we can bring things to life and get the ball rolling with things. So with the fire, we're able to create things. So we may have, the foundations from our root chakra, then we have the emotions and the feelings we have, and then we kind of move up from the matter into the other elements of our chakras, and it's the fire center that allows these things to grow and to manifest into other elements within our lives. So we're very willing to give things a go. We have a drive to see things to the end, and we're also not afraid of, we recognize that failure is also just a learning, and it's a part of the course of learning and development and growing in life. So how this may represent in the body is anything to do with our digestive system. So a lot of us experience bloating, irritable bowel type symptoms, digestive issues, acid reflux, allergies, intolerances, any of that kind of stuff can be associated with an imbalanced solar plexus. So something I know affects a lot of us, but just think when you're doing your journaling on this chakra, think about okay, if you do experience issues with your digestive system, then do you also have any of the other kind of symptoms that are associated with an overactive or underactive chakra point? And if so, see if any of them make sense. If your digestive symptoms, sorry, I'm getting my words mixed up. If your digestive symptoms are passive and they're kind of non-existent, or you remember times where you feel like they weren't there, what was going well in your life and how are you in a different place, and just see if there's any synchronicities between the two, because I find that with a lot of people there is. So ways to rebalance this chakra. So if it's overactive, remember that being us being over controlling my way or the highway micromanager, then I would highly, highly, highly encourage you to start to delegate and ask for help, because one of the consequences of an overactive solar plexus is that because we're so confident in ourselves and we're such perfectionists, we think that asking for help or delegating means that we're weak or incapable, right? So we still have that inner critic, just in a different way. And so for people who have an overreactive solar plexus, it's I can't ask for help because it means that I'm stupid, or I can't ask for help because it means that I'm weak. And trust me, I've been there. So it is something that I would encourage you to see, can you delegate? Can you let a team do a task without micromanaging it, and see whether or not you can trust? Can you take time to consider someone else's opinion? So really kind of try and challenge that stubbornness that is within you. If it is underactive, as in low self-esteem, indecisive, inability to be able to stand up for yourself or find self-confidence, I would highly encourage that you try one thing a week that is new and different for you, that is something that you you've always wanted to do or try, but you've always felt scared to do it. And I would try to challenge that thought or that behavior for you. So is there something you can do that is a bit scary, or that means that you have to kind of step into your power a little bit more, into your confidence a little bit more? And can you do that and just like see if anything bad actually does happen, or whether or not that feeling is actually something that your body and mind has been longing for. Another thing that you can do to try to balance out this chakra, whether it be overactive or underactive, is practicing affirmations. So it could be writing them down or doing mirror work and saying affirmations in the mirror. If your chakra point is overactive, then you want to have affirmations which are associated with letting go and releasing, and I trust in things to unfold as they should is a really good one for someone who has an overactive solar plexus. And if it's the opposite, then it's obviously affirmations which improve self-confidence and improve our self-esteem. So saying, you know, I am worthy, I am capable, I am able, I believe in myself. Things like that will help you to energize that center if you are feeling underactive. When it comes to nature, this is obviously fire, it is yellow, and it is very much linked to the sunshine. So making sure that you're spending time in the sun absorbing vitamin D, making sure you're having that time in nature to literally gain the warmth of the sun, to recharge the body, to recharge the sun, the power that lives within your belly, and then to get on with your day from there. So try to have at least 20 minutes or 15 minutes if you can. And if you live somewhere where sunshine is limited, just being outside, you're still under the sun. So just be outside, especially if you are someone who is stuck indoors a lot, or you're working indoors a lot, or you're always in an apartment or an office cubicle, then really try to get outside into the sunshine. Yoga poses. So we're going to really stimulate the core space. It is lots of twists and lots of abdominal type work to strengthen and balance out this area. So side planking, doing our high and low boats, doing all of our twists, all of that stuff is going to work and bring energy and prana into this space. So I'm looking forward to teaching you in that class a bit later on in this lesson, but enjoy this chapter. Lots of great information in here. Self-esteem is something that it's such a powerful, igniting, obviously, space of us on a behavioral level as well as a physical and energetic level in order to get us to where we want to be in life. So without the drive and the confidence within ourselves, a lot of the things that we dream of or manifest from down here in our manifestation techniques don't become anything, because we don't have the confidence to match the vibration of what we're wanting in life. So enjoy. Don't forget to download your journal questions, and share your feedback with me in the sisterhood. I will see you in the next lesson.